For the longest time, SALMA Begum couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. She couldn't go near the kitchen stove, unable to stand the heat. It got to the point where she couldn't even be outside in the midday sun. It was years before doctors finally pinpointed her problem: the water she was drinking.
My parents and my husband took me to many doctors. They all said I had a skin condition only. It wasn't until someone from an arsenic outreach program came to my village that they figured out what was wrong with me.
According to a Human Rights Watch report published on Wednesday, thousands of people like SALMA Begum suffer from arsenic-related problems that are not detected. Doctors rely heavily on noticing skin lesions, which sometimes alert them to arsenic-related diseases. The problem is, most people suffering from such illnesses don't develop these lesions. The condition is not diagnosed and they don't get treatment. It's a forgotten tragedy. About 20 years ago, arsenic in Bangladesh's water was a big news story both home and abroad. Government agencies and international donors promised to stamp out the problem.
In the old days, people would drink from lakes and ponds and there was no arsenic problem. Then we started to build tube wells to combat disease, and that's when the arsenic in the groundwater became an issue.
The solution was to build deep tube wells which reach deep groundwater beyond arsenic-contaminated zones. Yet today, 43,000 people continue to die every year from arsenic-related illnesses, according to Human Rights Watch. Their report says a major problem is the deep tube wells are diverted from high-risk areas, ending up in safer zones that are often closer to the homes of people with connections to politicians.
I think the claims of corruption are overstated. Our officials are working around the clock to identify victims in areas that need wells.
Human Rights Watch has called for donors to investigate where the wells they funded actually ended up being installed. It might be too late for SALMA Begum, but she hopes there's still time to save her child from suffering the same fate. Maher, Sattar, Al Jazeera, Shiraj Dikhan, Bangladesh.